Thanks for joining us in the garden today. We are here with Craig from Grange Co-op. We're talking about color bowls, specifically shade color bowls, a really fun way to just kind of add a pop of color to your patio, to your front lawn. So how do we even get started when it comes to color bowls?
Yeah, so we're going to do specifically one that is for shade. When customers come into our stores, you'll notice there is a huge variety of different plants to choose from. But a lot of times customers want, like you said, that real pop of color when they first walk out their door, maybe walk out onto the back patio, and there's not a lot of sun in those locations. So we have plants that are designed that grow in those low light environments. And so we're going to do a planting today of some plants that'll go together really well. A lot of different options, things that maybe we're not using today. You can come into our stores, we can show you more. But it's a really way to a good way to give some color to a spot that normally isn't going to have a lot.
Okay, so what do we have here? What are we about to put in our color bowl?
So first of all, we've got a big pot. We want a pot that can handle the plants that we're going to put in it. So I always tell people you want as much root growth development room as possible. So as big a pot as you can do, you definitely want to do that. We also are using a blue ribbon blend potting soil. This will has a lot of water retention properties. It holds that moisture in really well, so you're not having to water quite as often. It's a really good mix, one that we definitely recommend. We're going to be using some fertilizer in here that will mix in at the time of planting. So here's what I tell people when you're building and like an awesome color bowl. We've got kind of three categories of plants we want to put in. We want to have what we call a thriller. A thriller is a plant that goes in the middle that kind of gives some pop, some dimension, some height to it. We've got fillers that go around and they don't really, they just kind of fill around the rim of the pot. And then we have spillers that go over the side of the pot and that give you that extra dimension of plants kind of flowing down the side. So we've got our thrillers, our fillers, and our spillers. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to take the upright plant. We always want to kind of start with what's in the middle. We're going to use a fern today. Ferns, of course, love a really good low light environment. And we just want to pop those out. You'll notice that I have filled the pot more than full. We have not packed this down. And as we kind of plant it, when we fill it kind of heaping, then as we plant and we kind of pack that down, it kind of works out really well. So we're just going to make a big hole in the middle. Now Anna really wants to get her hands dirty soon here. Yeah, I was going to say, this is not a long sleeve activity. So we will make a big hole. We're going to take the plant, we're just going to kind of push that down. So this is when we're going to do some of that compressing of that soil that's down beneath it. As we're pushing it down, we're making that room. So we'll put that in. So that gives you kind of that your centerpiece. Like I said, you want to use your centerpiece for some height, some texture. Maybe you're not using it for the color as much as you are just giving it a kind of a different dimension. So we've got a fern in the middle. We're going to be putting a fuchsia in. Fuchsias, of course, are really low light lovers, and so we'll pop those in. Just make a little hole. Stick those in, really go in nice and easy. Another one that needs not a whole lot of light, and one that maybe people don't think about because this one actually does not bloom for the full time that you're going to have your pot, is Gerbera daisies add a really nice pop of color. And I will let you stick this one in that hole if you'd like.
It's just down in there?
Yep.
Okay.
Push around. And then the last one.
Is this our spiller?
Yes, this is our spiller. So this is a bacopa. So this one here is going to give us some nice white flowers that are going to flow over the side. And so we're going to actually put that here in the back of the pot. And we'll just pop that out real quick. And then we have just some pansies that we're going to use just as kind of a filler. These really are plants that are just going to kind of give you a little bit of color early in the season. They like that low light environment. They do better in the shade, especially going into the summertime. What they don't like is a lot of heat, so putting them in kind of lower light environment like this is kind of ideal for them. And we're just going to basically be popping them in to these empty spots that we've got. So where we've got an empty spot here.
Does it matter how far apart they are from others?
It does. Most of these are going to fill together. They are going to grow together really well. So we're not putting them like some of the leaves are touching, but we're not putting the root balls right next to each other when we plant.
It seems like you can't really go wrong as long as you have your thriller, spiller, and filler.
That's right. Yeah, those are an easy way to kind of remember 3 different kind of categories of plants that you want to use. If you put those together, you can run wild with different color combinations, you can use all kinds of stuff in the middles. You can really just come in, lots of selection. You can find a lot of different options, things that go with your aesthetic of what you like to see. Really no wrong answers. Just go out there, have fun.
Okay, perfect. Well, if you'd like to learn more about color bowls, you can head to our website, KDRV.com, or head to a Grange Co-op store near you, and we'll see you next time in the garden.